Hello again, and welcome to the Introduction to Meditation. In this video, I will share what I have come to think of as the most valuable, beneficial, and impactful method of meditation. It's not only used during meditation, when we clear our minds and connect to our higher self and the source from which we all came, it's also highly valuable during our human interactions, when we meet people at random or notice synchronicities in our daily lives. We can recognize these occurrences as divine messages to make us aware of something that will help us along the way. It's also a great indicator of what's going on within our own individual energy field, like attracts like, right? As said in the law of attraction. So the method I'm about to share is called mindfulness meditation. So let's dive in, shall we? Mindfulness meditation is a vast concept that can be broken down to this: the act of being deliberate and attentive to all your daily experiences as a human being as they unfold to you. That means being present in every day and every moment and everything that we do. And mindfulness, bringing mindfulness to that would look something like not allowing yourself to be manipulated or controlled by past instances, but to approach everything as a new thing, a new person, a new place, a new whatever, and don't let those past occurrences repeat themselves by bringing them into, uh, the situation at hand through the mind and the mental processes that we seek meditation to help us clear out, right? So I'm just trying to tie it all back full circle. This can be the basis of meditation, and it is the basis that tries to challenge our behavioral patterns as humans. The impulses that cause us to forget that the past is the past, that what has already happened. The concept of mindfulness is one that seeks to draw attention back to the now, to the present, just like I mentioned before. Again, tying it all back in. It has become so normal for us humans to get temporarily lost in our own minds, to lose touch with reality, and almost get chained in looping mundane thoughts that fill our mind, even as we ignore the endless possibilities lurking around our lives. Ignore, unnotice. Okay, this is all awareness and mindfulness that helps us to recognize these things. And ding, there's a little bell or a light switch that was flipped whenever you saw this or heard that or seen something somewhere. All of this can be found if we only decide to observe instead of just see. Whenever we become this lost, we find ourselves chasing dusts, acting like robots without a single aim or purpose in life. This is where the concept of mindfulness becomes important. At some point, you need to pause and make some reevaluations in your life to ask if you're living life to its fullest, to come to grasp the true essence of what life holds for you at any moment. This is the short moment of clarity that helps you move on with life. And the foundation of mindfulness is meditation. Meditation is simply a practice of the mind that serves the purpose of strengthening and awakening your ability to capture the simple moments of life as they arrive one after the other. Looking at it from afar, the practice of mindfulness meditation may seem like something bearing an infinitesimal value, but the truth is that the benefits associated with this practice are enormous. So let's get into meditation. What is meditation? Through lots of research and meditative practices and meditation sessions and teachings and everything that come with it, all of the learning experiences that I gained from others and their experiences and so forth. I've gathered some information and I'll share it with you now. So my conclusion to what meditation is that meditation is a mental exercise that involves the process of training the mind to focus on a particular activity so as to create a deeper awareness. Meditation is to the mind what physical exercise is to the body. It basically involves taking a single thought in mind and ruminating intensively over it. This activity is greatly important for the mind as it creates a discipline that can facilitate the practice of mindfulness. One major misconception that people have about meditation is that they perceive it to be the same thing as just sitting still and thinking about a topic. The truth is that one can be in a state of thought, but not be doing this in awareness. This is what differentiates meditation from other mental exercises, that state of intense awareness. Although it is popular, lots of people in the Western world still view the subject of meditation as a foreign and strange concept associated with lonely monks and Asian gods. Whoa, evolution happened like phew. Some others have gained interest in the subject simply because of the exoticism that surrounds it. All of these people and ideas are mistaken. There's absolutely nothing complex about the concept of meditation at all. There is absolutely nothing complex about the concept of meditation. If anything, it is a completely ordinary concept that can be understood and practiced by all. Many people in today's world have become interested in the subject because they want to reap the benefits associated with it. This is a good reason to start meditation, but understand that you will need to practice with a consistency and persistence. We'll get into more of this later. And please be sure to check out my hub and my new app. All of the details will be listed below. Let's get into mindfulness. What is mindfulness? In the simplest term, mindfulness is the state of being in full control of your mind. In other words, mindfulness is the ability to bring your full body, feelings, thoughts, and body sensations to exist in the present moment. Mindfulness can only be practiced with a clear, non-judgmental eye, a mentality that has learned to accept your mind and its thoughts for what it is, potentially just passing through. It is necessary to note that the human mind is in a constant swirl of chaos, which only ends up producing numerous remarks and imageries that prevent us from connecting with ourselves. It is this exact phenomenon that makes the process of mindfulness seem difficult and unachievable. This is why we must learn to prepare our minds to cultivate the attitude of mindfulness, to try to truly experience happiness. The mind learns by repetition. It is actually a muscle as is spread across the body. If you work it out, wink, wink, at the gym, then it will grow and become stronger and more prominent. Mindfulness is an exercise of the mind because with it, we look for hidden aspects to use to our advantage, the little golden nuggets. Meditation facilitates this process by decluttering the mind from all the chaos and negativity around us. So mindfulness meditation is not the complete removal of thoughts from the mind, but the removal of judgmental thoughts that won't allow you to reach the best version of yourself. It is the process of staying conscious and recognizing that the thoughts that are currently in your mind are only momentary events that will soon cease to exist. At the heights of this mindfulness, most people tend to have heightened senses of awareness of themselves and their environment, a point every other thought and internal dialogue that should not have existed in the mind becomes blotted out. This is what happens in the face of grave danger, when the only thing on the mind is to find a way to escape and sustain one's life. That is why the memories of dangerous experiences like these exist in our minds for a longer period. The emotion was so strong, it was deeply embedded. The practice of mindfulness is to deliberately cause the mind to blot out all unnecessary internal and external dialogue and focus on the present. Because as empaths, we do pick up other people's thoughts and emotions, right? We're all connected. It's that collective consciousness, but knowing ourselves and grounding ourselves and meditating and being mindful, this is like a reflective process. And it really helps us to maintain and even increase our awareness of, in a compounding manner whenever we are so susceptible to outside, thoughts and things. So it's really important for us to be doing this mindfulness and the meditation so that we're grounded within ourselves, we're centered, and we understand, wait a minute, that's not my thought, right? Where did that come from? Get out of here. So we really need to just be more mindful. And through that mindfulness, we gain more and more and more clarity. It's a compounding effect. It really is. So mindfulness meditation, from these definitions given for the two concepts, let's try to piece them together and find a definition for the concept of mindfulness meditation. So we have understood that meditation is a life-changing tool that can bring radical transformation in the life of a practitioner. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is the tool employed in meditation that makes the process sharper and aids your understanding of the mechanism of the mind even better. Mindfulness meditation takes the attention of the mind and places it fully on one subject over a period of time, right? So with mindfulness, the experience is more extensive with a wider scope of understanding available to the practitioner. The mindfulness meditation is a type of meditation that is concerned with making the practitioner more mindful to help them streamline their focus on the simple moment of life as they unfold, each after another, without being judgmental towards them. So now let's talk about the benefits of mindfulness meditation. And guys, I'm telling you all of this stuff because it's really important that we understand some basic concepts surrounding this practice that we're about to go into. So with the class that you've joined, we are going to dive deep into a lot of challenges, healing, and growth. It's going to be so beautiful. I can't wait. I'm so excited for you. So let's get to the benefits of mindfulness meditation, which are countless, by the way. However, for the purposes of this course, we'll consider the following 10. The first benefit of mindfulness meditation is it helps to improve sleep. Okay. It's very important for us to sleep. We have an internal clock. It's called the circadian rhythm, and it is greatly affected by light and dark. So indoor and outdoor light, different types of light that we might find on computer screens or phones, tablets, things of that nature, TVs. And I have actually a list of sleep hygiene things to help you improve your sleep. And as a licensed sleep therapist, I heard a lot of the same concerns from people. And so I was able to establish a list that would benefit people on a regular basis if they just knew about them, right? A lot of the time we don't realize that these lights have such a profound effect on our sleep-wake cycle. And I mean, as general public, we wouldn't know that. So that's why I'm sharing it with you now. List of sleep hygiene tips that you can use. And please feel free to check that out. If you haven't done so already, please join the app. You'll have access to lots of free tips and tricks and videos and explanations and deep dives that you can stand for months and years to come. So the second benefit of mindfulness meditation is that it helps people deal with their illness more effectively. So if you're having some kind of illness, or if you have cancer, or some kind of maybe mental or emotional disorder, something of that sort, then you would find benefit from just meditating in this mindfulness way, because then you would be, really digging deep into those emotions and things, instead of just, numbing yourself with medication and taking it away. You really need to deal with that. Our emotions are a map to our life, it's to our path. If it feels good, go with it. More of that same type of feeling will bring more events of that same. So you pay attention to the positive and ignore the negative. Number 3 on the benefits of mindfulness meditation list is that it helps depressives tackle depression. I just touched on that. It's really about understanding what's going on and how you're speaking to yourself. The mind learns by repetition. If you keep going to doctors and they keep saying that you're depressed or have anxiety or have some kind of disorder, or maybe, we don't, it's cancer, we don't know what to do, we're still testing, and they're not giving you a lot of information. Maybe your mind is, spiraling out of control in a negative path, and you're not able to really see the forest through the trees, in other words. So, the most important words you'll ever hear are the words you say to yourself. So speak often and kindly. No one else can do it for you. I listen to a lot of positive stuff. I read a lot of positive stuff. I gain a lot of positivity by helping other people. And even if it comes to the point to where I have to, you know, stop my help, or retreat that help just a little bit, because, we have to have boundaries. It's important for us to have boundaries. And if we have these boundaries and we have this mindfulness, in our daily lives, and we're practicing this meditation and everything, then we're going to be more in tune with what's happening on a deeper level. And therefore, a lot of these things will just slip right by us, and we won't even notice them as much. They seem more prominent because they're triggers. They're meant to teach us something, and we're just falling back down into that pit. So, number 4 on the list of benefits is that it helps to increase self-love and body satisfaction. That goes without saying. It helps you to realize that, you are the most important thing, and the better you care for yourself, the better others will want to care for you as well. Um, Again, that reciprocal process, these cycles. So number 5 on the list of benefits is improved cognitive ability. So better sleep alone can give you this benefit, but it's even further exaggerated, if you will, whenever you use mindfulness meditation, because you're not only using it during meditation. Remember, this is actually a practice of even our waking life that we tend to get into this habit with. So more things start to come around, and we start to piece things together and understand better as we go through these different experiences and events. Number 6 on the list of benefits is it helps to foster better and more meaningful relationships. Definitely, if you're more comfortable within your own skin, then you're going to be more comfortable around others, regardless of whether or not they are. It helps to cultivate a better eating pattern. The better you eat, the better you sleep, the more mindful you're being, the more things that will come to you to be more mindful about. And then, you'll get on this path, and it will be like smooth sailing. Number 8 on this list is that it improves focus and attention. So number 7 is that it helps to cultivate a better eating pattern. Number 8 is that it improves focus and attention. So a lot of the time, like me as a child and my child, were diagnosed with ADHD or ADD or both. And it's basically attention deficit disorder or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which just add that, extra hyper gene there. So they put us on these medications like Adderall and amphetamine salts and all this stuff, to increase the mind's attention and focus. However, we can do this through just being mindful of the triggers or the occurrences or the thoughts that begin to precede the lack of focus or attention. So it's all about, being more aware and mindful of the awareness that we are gifted with when we come here. So number 9 on the list of benefits helps to deal with psychological pain and trauma. You can come up out of conditioning. You can internalize things. You can work things out. You can cry. You can release. You can journal. There's lots of different tactics, lots of different techniques and strategies that you can approach psychological pain and trauma with. But mindfulness meditation is by far the one at the top of my list for certain. And finally, number 10, it helps you to follow through on your goals. It really helps to put things into perspective, and it makes a lot of sense towards improvement of your life that you would want to have that balance within yourself. So Let's create it within first, and then it will begin to appear in our lives out here, right? Everything out here is just us pushed out. It's one of my core concepts. The motive behind your mindfulness meditation. Let's talk about that. Before you begin your meditation properly, you will need to understand and answer the question of why do I meditate? The motive behind your meditative process will be the major driving force towards its success or failure. Most people stop along the way because the motive for beginning mindfulness meditation was never well defined at the initial stage, or that they began with the wrong person in mind. So, to begin with, we meditate to recover and discover parts of ourselves that we may have lost due to carelessness or mindlessness. The process of meditation allows us to connect to our potentials as humans to fire up our zeal and zest for the right things. So, people who have perfected the act of mindfulness meditation have described it as a deep process of searching into your heart, trying to find something you may have forgotten. This is all summarized in one response. Mindfulness meditation seeks to help you understand yourself as a human being. It's very simple. I always say that life is so simple, but people complicate it with their minds and their thoughts. So think of your meditation practice in a way that you will think about your physical exercises or your diet, good food versus not so good food, healthy food, junk food. So these two activities that require you to stay consistent, people who take up physical exercise do this with a goal in mind, having something they want to achieve at the end of the procedure. For some, it may be to lose weight and appear thinner, while others may just want to grow their pectoral muscles. But it is these motives that define the process for them. Motives differ from person to person depending on their desires, physical capabilities, strengths, conditions, and so forth. The same goes for the meditation process or any other practice that you pick up for that matter. You will have to define your motive for yourself and jot it down to constantly remind yourself about it. A common mistake made is to start mindfulness meditation because you know someone who started it or because someone recommended it to you. It is best you fully understand the concept and draw out a clear-cut purpose before starting up. Finding the perfect location for your meditation. Let's talk about that for a few minutes. Finding the best location for your meditation should not be a complex process. If anything, it should be quite simple. The basic concepts you should consider when searching out a space for your meditation should be safety and comfort, a space that will allow your body to take whatever position it may need to take as you meditate, while allowing you to remain still and stable at the same time. So a successful combination of these factors is the thing that will get your mind at ease and ready to focus. Remember that mindfulness meditation is majorly aimed at battling external distractions out to take out the focus building up in your mind. Therefore, you will need to have a special place in your a special place for your meditation, a place far from your daily surroundings where your body will be able to relinquish all power back to the mind. When we have mastered the act of maintaining focus in this special setting, you can move your meditation into a more everyday setting, so to speak. However, this does not mean that you should confine your meditation to only special settings. One other requirement that you will need to consider when selecting a location should be quietness and serenity. Another requirement you may need to consider when selecting a location would be quietness and serenity. These two factors that can enhance and sharpen your awareness of the moment to moment of your life. Bear in mind that you will be returning to this space occasionally to continue your meditation, so you need to make this as comfortable as possible by adding a chair, maybe a small sofa, a stool, a mat, a pillow, a blanket, towel, lighting, music, whatever it is that makes you feel comfortable. We'll get into that, creating that space later. So returning here though for your meditations. So returning here for your meditations, you will need to acclimate your mind with the setting and help set the mood quicker to prepare you for a deeper experience. So like I was saying, put all these little extra things in there, or just make it a very relaxed, calming space so that you can relax when you get there and your body will learn my memory that it just automatically is relaxed when you go there, and it will become very quick and simple to get into a meditative state. Of course, your selected location should also be free from visual distractions such as paintings or a window open on the street. It is better that the place you face in this space is one that is bland, something like that will redirect your mind back to itself. A blank wall, or avoid noisy parts of the house, especially close to traffic. Stay far away from work and anything that reminds you of it. If possible, put your phone far away from you. Go for a mild lighting effect. A spot that is too bright with artificial light may end up distracting you, and meditating in the dark can also be dull. You may find yourself sleeping, so you can modify the lighting to suit your mood and overall needs of the space. Consider meditating close to nature. A tree outside your window will do magic. If not, you can go for flower pots on the window pane. The aura of nature around you during meditation will infuse you with the energy needed for the process. So it's actually rather beneficial. We're connected with nature and so forth as well. So it's important for us to nurture each of our connections, right? So the best time to practice mindfulness meditation, just like choosing a location, deciding on the best time to meditate only depends on you and your experiences. You may need to try different options before settling for one. Your mindfulness meditation should be 20 to 50 minutes long, so you will need to settle for a time during the day when you are sure you can spare that duration without losing time for other things. Also, consider the times in which your mind and body are most active, the time they connect best to each other. This will require you to be more observant so you can successfully capture these moments during your day and know how to adjust your meditation period to cover them. Remember that with meditation, continuity is key. How well are you able to keep going despite the odds? And selecting the best time to practice, check that the selected period of the day is one that will be free for you throughout other days of the week. Switching between different periods each day will only be counterproductive. So try to stick to a routine because it will help you prepare your mind and body ahead even before the meditation period starts. Like I said, when you walk into that room, you already know because it's already scheduled and you've become used to it. So it's really important for us to set these routines and things, and we'll go through that as well. You'll find some example this course or somewhere in my app, in our app. Okay, so initially it will be hard for you to keep up with meditating about 20 to 50 minutes a day. It is best to start with 5 to 10 minutes a day, as much as your self-discipline can take. Build on this until you stabilize yourself and can assimilate a 20 to 50 minute meditation. This way, it will be easier for you to practice for longer periods in the future and gather benefits, and your meditation periods will become more sacred moments of the day, never to be joked with. You may need to get yourself a time clock or a stopwatch that will help you determine how long you've been meditating. This way, you're able to measure your success. Have a small notebook close to you when you record the length of time spent each day meditating. Just more being mindful, you know what I'm saying? It's honestly, it's just a way of life. Here are some of the best times during the day you can practice your meditation: early in the morning, during the lunch break, after work, whenever you notice a buildup of stress, or right before bed. Your posture is really important. Apart from timing and location, another important factor that can ensure the success of your meditation is the posture you take during meditation. The major goal here is to bring the mind into an aura of calmness, and you will create the perfect conditions to achieve this by making the body stay in a still and calm position. The most popular position for meditating is in the sitting position. This one is so popular that most people view it as the only option available to them as meditators. Um, Unfortunately, of course, that's not the case. For people who have practiced mindfulness meditation for a long time, the act of meditating and other positions such as lying straight, walking, or standing can be cultivated rather simply. If at any time you feel pain, please back off and pick a posture that is the most comfortable when you want to be completely relaxed. Pushing past pain is never a good thing and should be avoided. Here are a few suggestions on sitting styles you can research and try for yourself. So the Lotus style is a good one. The Burmese style, the Seiza style. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. I'm going to be certain to post the different items that I've discussed here, the list for sleep hygiene, I believe it was, and also the I'll also post a list of items that you can use for meditation. Remember to refer back to the items that you need, the supply list you need for each of my courses as well, because those are specific to each course. Some of them can be intermingled and shared, but for the most part, it's um, specific. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. This has been so much fun to express all of this to you and share this experience with you. So once again, thank you for allowing me to be part of your journey, and welcome to mine. See you in the next video.